I've heard it often. If you're a team leader in direct sales, you've said to me, or you've said to yourself, or you've said to someone else, oh, I can't get my team to call me back. In fact, it's so frustrating. I mean, why won't they call me back? What's going on? And so I think today what I'd like to do is to spend a really deep dive and figure out what's going on here. First and foremost, I have to ask you the question, are you telling them to call you back? Now that sounds so goofy, but I've heard so many of my clients say, well, when I call, I leave a message and say, hi, Nancy, this is Dana, and I'm just calling to check in on you. And there's no call to action. There's no call me back. So I would ask you to, first of all, think about your messages, and are you checking in, or are you asking them to call you back? Second, the next question is a deeper dive. Is, okay, I've told you, hi Nancy, this is Dana, really excited to talk to you, give me a call back. That doesn't tell me when, doesn't tell me availability, doesn't tell me best time, or any of that information. So I think that's an important thing to do. Hi Nancy, this is Dana, I'm really excited to talk to you, I need to talk to you, connect with you in the next 24 hours. So give me a call at, and even though you think they have caller ID, make sure that you say your number again as if they've never heard it. You might even want to repeat it twice. So I think the first piece of getting your team to call you back is to tell them to call you back when and where. You might even want to say, best time to reach me is, or you might want to say, listen, I know you're busy, so I'll be up until 10 o'clock or whatever time you put on it, so that you give that person permission to call you back. Now, that's what to do now for those people that you need to invite them to call you back, and you need to make it a call to action. Second thing, though, is, and I think this is really important, they have to have a reason that they want to hear from you. If it's just a check on how your sales are doing, you know what, who's that about? That's about you, because you want to check on them. But if you're upbeat and positive and saying, Nancy, this is Dana, and I really want to talk to you, I'm so excited to share something with you, then there's a reason. So call me back. So think about constructing your message so that they do, in fact, want to call you back. There's a reason. The other thing I can tell you is I know for a fact that many, many times my upline would say, hi, Dana, this is so-and-so, and call me back. And, is that really the kind of voice that you want to call back? Probably not. So I want to think about smiling, because that lifts your voice. I want you to think about being positive, being complimentary, so that you're a person they want to call back. Now, many of you already do that, but I want to help you something that we found in most recent years has been extremely helpful with our clients, and I just want to share this tip with all of you today. You can prevent a lot of this failure to call back by setting the expectation before you even recruit the person. So for example, if I'm going to be doing an interview with Nancy and we haven't signed her up, she's just a prospect, I might say, you know what, Nancy, we work virtually. We don't have an office where we go to see each other every day or every week. And so it's really important that you return my phone calls within 24 hours. Is that something you could do? Now what's Nancy going to say? No, I don't think I can do that. Right? No, she's not going to say that. If she does, you definitely don't want her on your team. But if she says, yeah, I agree, then you have set the expectation, set the stage. And so then the first time that Nancy doesn't return your call, you can say, Nancy, this is Dana, and do you remember I said how important it was to call me back within 24 hours? I haven't heard from you. I'm a little concerned about you. I hope everything's okay, but please call me back by, and give her the time when you want to call her back. If she consistently, after 2 or 3 times, is not calling you back within the time that you've agreed, 24 hours, 48 hours, 6 hours, I don't know what you're saying. I think 24 hours is reasonable. Then you can say something like this. Nancy, do you remember when we had the conversation way back before you ever started in the business about how important it was to have calls and to return those calls in a timely manner because we work virtually? So remind her and ask her if she remembers that. I'm concerned that you're not following through on calling back to me. Have I done something to offend you? Just remember that if you set the stage, it's much easier to move the actors on the stage than if you never set the stage at all. So I hope these tips are good for you to help you to get call your team back. Be sure to write me and let me know which one of those worked, or if they didn't work, write me about that too, and we'll talk again. Bye, everybody.